So let's look at two different scenarios. Let's look at two different scenarios when a liquidity provider withdraws. So scenario 1. The Lisa tokens in the pool is more or equals to the amount of initial Lisa tokens being put in. So if let's say I put in 10 Lisa tokens, in the liquidity pools there's 11 Lisa tokens or 10 Lisa tokens. And that's good because I actually get more than whatever amount that I put in. The other situation is where the Lisa tokens in the pool is actually less than the Lisa tokens added. Now, that's interesting because if I put 10 tokens and in there's only 9 tokens, then I'm suffering a permanent loss, right? And this entire idea is to reduce impermanent loss. So let's go back to scenario 1 first because it's a lot easier, where the Lisa tokens in the liquidity pool is actually more than the initial amount that I put in. So there is enough liquidity. So what happens? Number 1, I get the Lisa tokens from the pool, which is the 50% of the entire pool. And then, because that's because I'm entitled to it, right? I own 50% of the entire pool. So I get 50% of the pool. And I only get the Lisa token version because I didn't put in any BNT, I'm not entitled to any BNT. So, and how does the BNT come about again? Because when transactions happen, the transaction fees are paid either in BNT or in Lisa tokens, depending on what are you trading. So when people are trading BNT in the pool itself, my investment or my capital actually generates some BNT because of the transaction fees. And what happens to these BNT? These BNTs, they're burnt. So now you see that? They're burnt. Because I'm not entitled to any of these BNT shouldn't be existing in this liquidity pool anyway because I'm removing all the capital. So the equivalent amount of BNT will be burnt. Very simple, very easy. Now, let's go to the other situation where there isn't enough liquidity, where the Lisa tokens in the liquidity pool is less than the initial amount. So first, the system goes and checks the amount of Lisa tokens required to give to the liquidity providers. For example, if I'm short by 5 Lisa tokens, then the system will go and check, okay, how much is it specifically? Okay, 5 Lisa tokens? Okay, that's the amount that I need to find. Next, the system now knows how much to look for, right? Next, the system goes and checks the pool ownership. So remember, this is a co-investment. If in scenario 1, there is enough liquidity and there's extra BNT tokens, this BNT is burnt. So it works on the same way as well. So Bancor, as part owners of this liquidity pool, every time there is Lisa tokens being generated, they are not entitled to that as well. So what happens? You can't burn them. So it's possible for Bancor protocol to have Lisa tokens. So if there is excess Lisa tokens, so let's say there's 5 Lisa tokens, then the Bancor protocol will take it and give the 5 Lisa tokens to me, the liquidity provider, when I'm withdrawing. So this is the insurance part where I don't suffer impermanent loss. If there isn't enough, then they will mint BNT. They will mint BNT that's equivalent to the 5 Lisa tokens that is in the market. And they use this based on the entire liquidity pool, which is basically an oracle. So when there's enough liquidity, BNT is burnt. And BNT price will go up. If there's not enough liquidity and there isn't enough Lisa tokens to return to the liquidity providers, then BNT will be minted, and so in general the BNT price will go down. So that's the very general big picture of the two different scenarios where BNTs will be burnt or extra BNTs will be minted.